From the mists of time, long before the world's maps were drawn, the lands that would become Korea were shaped by forces both natural and human. Mountains rising, rivers carving valleys, and the earliest people weaving stories of gods, heroes, and kingdoms. The epic tale of Korea's ancient kingdoms is one of resilience, ingenuity, and the unbreakable thread of a shared heritage. To understand the roots of Korean civilization, we journey back thousands of years to the legendary beginnings of Goguryeo, and then through the rise and fall of Baekje, Goguryeo, and Silla, kingdoms whose ambitions, struggles, and triumphs would lay the foundation for a vibrant culture that endures to this day. It all begins with myth and legend. In ancient times, when the world was young, the story of Korea's first kingdom, Goguryeo, unfolds. According to lore, a divine prince named Dangun descended from the heavens in 2333 BCE, born of Hwanung, son of the Lord of Heaven, and a bear transformed into a woman after enduring trials in a cave. Dangun's arrival marks the birth of Goguryeo, the Old Joseon, which would become the earliest recorded Korean kingdom, its people uniting under a single banner and cultivating the land between the rivers and mountains. Goguryeo is more than legend. Archaeological evidence reveals a sophisticated society developing in the Korean peninsula, with bronze culture spreading and early forms of government taking root. The people of Goguryeo master farming, craft tools, and create rituals that connect them to their ancestors and the natural world. As centuries pass, Goguryeo flourishes, expanding its territory and establishing laws to govern its people. The Eight Prohibitions, one of the earliest legal codes in East Asia, emerges, emphasizing the value of order, respect, and community. Goguryeo's influence reaches beyond its borders, fostering trade and cultural exchange with neighboring regions, planting the seeds for the peninsula's enduring spirit of innovation. But the winds of change are ever blowing. The kingdom faces threats from growing powers in nearby China, most notably the Han Dynasty, whose ambitions lead to invasions and conflict. Around 108 BCE, after centuries of glory, Goguryeo falls, its lands divided, its legacy scattered into fragments that would become the basis for new kingdoms. Yet, even in defeat, the spirit of Goguryeo endures, inspiring future generations to dream, to build, and to unite. From the ashes of Goguryeo, three great kingdoms rise in the centuries that follow, each forging its own path, each vying for supremacy. This era, known as the Three Kingdoms period, spans from the 1st century BCE to the 7th century CE, a time of rivalry, alliance, and flowering culture. To the north, the mighty kingdom of Goguryeo emerges, founded in 37 BCE by Jumong, a prince whose origins are wrapped in myth, said to be born from an egg and destined to lead his people to greatness. Goguryeo's territory stretches across vast expanses, encompassing not only much of the northern Korean peninsula, but also parts of Manchuria. The kingdom's people are fierce and resilient, building fortresses on mountain peaks and mastering the art of warfare. Goguryeo becomes renowned for its military prowess, repelling waves of invaders, including repeated attacks from Chinese dynasties, and extending its influence through conquest and diplomacy. Yet Goguryeo is more than a nation of warriors. Its capital cities, first at Jolbon and later at Pyongyang, become centers of culture and learning. Buddhism arrives on its shores, bringing new ideas and artistic inspiration. The kingdom's tombs, decorated with vibrant murals, tell stories of everyday life, of rituals and celebrations, of the beliefs that bind people together. Goguryeo's legacy is carved into stone and painted across walls, a testament to the creativity and resilience of its people. To the southwest, the elegant kingdom of Baekje takes root, founded in 18 BCE by Onjo, another prince whose lineage traces back to Goguryeo. Baekje's lands encompass the fertile plains and gentle hills of the Han River Basin, where its people cultivate rice, weave textiles, and craft pottery of exquisite beauty. Baekje becomes a bridge between Korea and the wider world, opening its doors to trade, ideas, and innovation. Its scholars study Chinese classics, its artists master new techniques, and its craftsmen produce treasures that travel far and wide. Baekje is famed for its openness to the outside world. When Buddhism arrives, the kingdom embraces it wholeheartedly, building grand temples and sending monks to China and Japan. Baekje's envoys bring the secrets of writing, architecture, and religion to Japan, becoming conduits for the exchange of knowledge and culture. The kingdom's legacy is not only in its own achievements, but also in the ways it shapes the development of its neighbors, leaving fingerprints across East Asia. To the southeast, cradled between mountains and the sea, the kingdom of Silla rises, founded in 57 BCE by Baekje, a leader chosen by the elders of 6 clans. Silla begins as a small confederation, but through cunning diplomacy and steadfast leadership, it grows in strength and ambition. Silla's people are known for their love of music, poetry, and dance, and their rulers promote learning and the arts, cultivating an atmosphere where creativity flourishes. Silla's golden age arrives as it masters the art of alliance. In the 7th century CE, Silla forges a partnership with the Tang dynasty of China, using diplomacy and military strategy to unite the peninsula under its rule. The kingdom's armies march north, conquering Baekje and Goguryeo, bringing the Three Kingdoms era to an end. For the first time, the Korean peninsula is united under a single flag, and Silla's rulers usher in a period of peace, prosperity, and unprecedented cultural achievement. The unified Silla period, lasting from the late 7th century to the 9th century, becomes a time of golden splendor. Buddhism flourishes, inspiring artists and architects to build temples, carve statues, and create masterpieces that endure for centuries. The city of Gyeongju becomes a center of learning and culture, its streets lined with pagodas, palaces, and gardens. Silla's scholars study philosophy, medicine, and astronomy, contributing to the advancement of knowledge across East Asia. Yet, even as Silla's power grows, new challenges arise. The kingdom's rulers must contend with internal strife, powerful aristocrats vying for influence, and the rise of new regional powers. Eventually, the unified kingdom fragments, giving rise to the later Three Kingdoms period, a time of renewed rivalry and change. But the legacy of the ancient kingdoms, Gojoseon, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla, remains, their stories woven into the fabric of Korean identity. Throughout these centuries, the people of Korea developed traditions that endure to this day. The reverence for ancestors, the celebration of seasonal festivals, and the cultivation of art and music are passed down through generations. The ancient kingdoms create systems of governance, codes of law, and methods of education that shape the course of Korean civilization. Their achievements in science, literature, and technology become the foundation for future innovation. The cultural heritage of ancient Korea is not confined to monuments and artifacts. It lives in the language, customs, and spirit of the people. The Korean language, with its unique grammar and structure, evolves from the dialects spoken in the kingdoms, eventually giving rise to Hangul, the phonetic alphabet created in the 15th century. The cuisine, rich in flavors and textures, draws upon centuries of agricultural tradition, from the rice fields of Silla to the fisheries of Baekje. The arts, painting, pottery, music, and dance, carry echoes of the ancient kingdoms, each stroke and note a tribute to the creativity of ancestors. Religion and philosophy also play a central role in shaping Korean society. Shamanism, with its rituals and ceremonies connecting the earthly and spiritual realms, becomes a foundation for early beliefs. Buddhism, introduced from China and embraced by Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla, inspires not only religious devotion, but also artistic innovation, leading to the creation of temples, sculptures, and paintings of breathtaking beauty. Confucianism, arriving later, influences the development of government, education, and family structure, emphasizing the values of respect, loyalty, and harmony. As centuries pass, the legacy of the ancient kingdoms continues to inspire pride and unity. The stories of legendary kings and queens, heroic warriors and wise scholars become part of the collective memory, celebrated in literature, music, and festivals. The ruins of ancient palaces, tombs, and temples bear silent witness to the glory of ages past, inviting travelers and scholars to discover their secrets. In the modern era, Koreans look to the past to understand their place in the world. The achievements of Gojoseon, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla are studied in schools, commemorated in museums, and celebrated in cultural events. The ancient capital of Gyeongju, once the heart of Silla, is preserved as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its treasures drawing visitors from around the globe. The murals of Goguryeo, the ceramics of Baekje, and the golden crowns of Silla are displayed as symbols of a rich and enduring heritage. The journey through Korea's ancient kingdoms is more than a history lesson. It is a story of resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of identity. The challenges faced by the people of Gojoseon, the conquests of Goguryeo, the cultural exchange of Baekje, and the unification achieved by Silla are chapters in an epic that continues to unfold. Each kingdom contributes its own thread to the tapestry of Korean civilization, each legacy a source of inspiration for future generations. Today, the spirit of the ancient kingdoms lives on in the values and traditions of the Korean people. The emphasis on community, respect for elders, and the pursuit of excellence are rooted in the teachings of the past. The love of learning, the celebration of art and culture, and the drive for innovation echo the achievements of ancestors who carved their stories into mountains and rivers. Korea's journey from myth to kingdom, from rivalry to unity, is a testament to the enduring power of heritage. The ancient kingdoms may have risen and fallen, but their influence endures, shaping the culture, identity, and destiny of the Korean people. As Korea continues to innovate and thrive on the world stage, the legacy of Gojoseon, Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla remains a source of pride and inspiration, a reminder that the roots of civilization run deep and that the stories of the past are the foundation for the dreams of the future. Through the epic tale of Korea's ancient kingdoms, we discover not only the origins of a great civilization, but also the enduring values and traditions that define a people. The story of Gojoseon, Baekje, Goguryeo, and Silla is a journey through time, a celebration of achievement, and a tribute to the unbreakable spirit of the Korean nation. As the sun rises over the mountains and rivers of the peninsula, the story continues, bound by history, united by heritage, and inspired by the promise of tomorrow.